Good evening, Pastor Marks. I am just so delighted that you have chosen to use this means to communicate with the church family and to help us to get to know you a little bit better. You have an excellent reputation of being an excellent speaker, about being an excellent reputation of being an excellent administrator. You're known as being someone who's an excellent in terms of conflict resolution. And now that you're joining us, we're looking forward to you using all of those skills to helping to enhance the Kingsboro congregation. My question for you, though, is what is your vision as you come to Kingsboro Temple for this congregation?
Coming in, I told the elders when I met with them, and I really meant it, that my first desire is to begin a listening tour.
Okay, listening tour.
It's what the political people say they do. I'm genuine about it. I'm really interested in hearing. There was a time, I believe, when pastors came to churches with the full prescription of what the church needed. They didn't know about the church. They didn't know about the personality and history of the church. But, we arrived with what the church needed.
Okay.
We have found out that churches don't like that, number one. We've also found out that it's really not based on science.
Okay.
Coming into a church, every pastor has certain things in his mind based on his skill set and everything that he would like to attempt. But I think it is very important to hear from the church what the church's vision is.
Okay.
And help the church when a new pastorate begins. I think it's an opportunity to review that.
Yes.
And to strengthen what needs strengthening, and to advocate a few things and help the church advance and accomplish its mission and its vision. Since I knew a little bit about this church, its membership, the demographic, the talent that is here, I had an idea that Kingsboro, long before I ever dreamt of being a pastor here, should have been marketed more, should have been known more outside of the Adventist circles.
Okay.
It's a problem you probably are aware of. Adventist institutions are almost kept, as a secret. We have our schools, they're not known about.
Okay.
We have our other institutions. And I think the time has come for the Adventist church to take its place in the general society.
Okay.
In a borough like Brooklyn, there are some churches that are very well known. They're like On the Grapevine,
Okay.
Brooklyn Tabernacle. These are churches that people talk about for one reason or another. I suspect they talk about them because of their membership, their ministry, and marketing that they do. I would like us at Kingsboro to really take some bold initiatives to make our church one of the top churches in the borough, known about for its ministry, what we are offering, what we do for people. Not just evangelism, but what we do for people, what we do for the people who live around us. Our music and our worship talked about a lot within the Adventist circle.
I see.
It's time it becomes known beyond our church. So one of my burdens is to be the PR pastor.
The PR
if
pastor.
you would. I want to push this, beyond where we usually go with church marketing and advertising.
Okay.
By way of evangelism,
Yes.
I think there is something still for us to do in Park Slope.
Okay.
And I've heard some of that in my conversations with the elders, my very initial conversations, that we have not yet impacted Park Slope. How we do that is going to be a challenge. However we look at it, it's going to be a challenge. The differences between the church and the community are going to remain, and that's going to be a challenge. But I believe we can find, as you have already been doing, some ways of interacting, planning bridge events, planning them better, networking with other churches in Park Slope to host some of these, and perhaps some other institutions besides churches in Park Slope to co-host some of these things that we do that are not threatening. People will know that we're not trying to proselytize. The health ministry of our church has tremendous potential. You know, the Adventist Church's health ministry. We probably need to network with another Christian church and host some of these things so that Park Slope becomes aware of us while they become involved in something hosted, say, by Bethel Baptist and Kingsboro Temple.